Outcast and Smoking, you guys are hysterical. Absolutely hysterical. Hey, kids. What's up? How you guys doing? Hey, Sorrenti. Whoop. Made it this time. Damn it. Chair. Sorry about that, guys. Go lay down. Don't even start. Don't even start today. Hey, everybody. How we all doing today? Can you hear me okay? Dog. Get. Hello, James Taylor. Hello, Austin. Weigold. Sorrenti. Smoking. How you doing? Outcast. Hello. Hey, Buccaneer. SV, that's good too. Okay. Hello, Jim. Manitoba. Nice to see you. Hey, Carl and Jenny, you guys stayed up. Nice to see you guys here. Hello, Mike A. Christine. Coffee time. What's up? Sounds great. Good boy. Hey, Georgia boy Boomer. How you doing, man? I appreciate you showing up today, guys. Hello, Chris. Maui Lay. Hey, Steve. What's happening, dude? Hey, Captain. All right. Everyone's rolling in. Well, we're going to have a little fun today. Rhonda's not going to be here today, so I'm hoping one of my other usual moderator type people jumps in and can do the job if necessary. If not, I'm going to go ahead and deputize somebody should the need arise, but we'll see. What's on the agenda today? Very good question. Hello, Mike. Dog? Kennel. Okay, I already see you getting in trouble. Kennel. Sorry about that, but she's just really excited all of a sudden today. So, hey, Mike. Hey, Second Chance. How you doing? Evening, everybody. Hello from a wet, cold, rainy Alaska today. As is typical this time of year, it's just cold, wet, and raining. August is our wet month, so we get a lot of rain. It's like 50 degrees outside. And still raining. It has been like raining for a month now, and it will until the snow starts flying. So, did the appraisal come in? Yes, Tim, we're going to talk about that here in just a little bit. I'm going to wait a little bit till the room fills up before I get too far into it so I don't have to keep repeating myself, because otherwise I'll have to keep repeating myself. And you know, I really hate repeating myself, because repeating myself is a pain in the butt. 2 haters already. Yeah, David, I'm sure there's someone from Scandinavia. There's some people in Scandinavia that just get on and hate everything I do, no matter what it is, before it even starts. So, how much is a gallon of milk where you're at in Alaska? You know, I just bought a gallon of milk the other day. I think it was $3.60 a gallon. And what's really odd is whether I buy a half gallon or a gallon, it's the same price. It's $3.60 a gallon. So, or a half gallon. Gallons are in plastic, half gallon come in cardboard, same price. I don't understand why, but. Hey, Grandpa, nice to see you again. Hey, Keith, nice to see you again, too. Carl and Jenny Adventures say again. Again? Again and again? Thumbs up, please. Yeah, guys, everybody, if you would, please jump in there. Give us a big thumbs up. It helps. It's a gallon because he's still in the USA. Yes, that's correct. Alaska is part of the United States, guys. Did you see the hate email that Bob received? He posted on Instagram. Yes, Pat. Bob and I actually talked about that before. I was surprised he put it out on Instagram. He and I had a conversation about that ahead of time. You know, it's the reality of the life we live in today. As you get some celebrity, I guess, here on YouTube, you're going to attract some people that are whack jobs. So we'll just have to see how that goes. So. Hey, stay Big Paw, Texas. How you doing? Hey, I'm Danish. Not all of us. No, Mike, it's okay. I checked my statistics, and there's 2 guys, and I forget if they're I think in Sweden. There's 2 people in Sweden on tablets that keep getting on and giving me thumbs down and stuff and dislikes all the time on my videos. And that's all I know is that I know they're on a tablet. They're not on a computer. They're on a tablet. And I know they're from Sweden. That's all I can tell about them. So, hey, Scott. Hopes all is good. All is good, yes. 360 gallon. Yeah, actually, milk is more expensive than fuel up here. I can buy diesel at $2.60 a gallon. It's another $1 a gallon more for milk. So we're close to my house anyways. People are crazy. Yes, they are. There are some real lunatics out there. See any good blogs lately? Good blogs? I don't read a whole lot of blogs anymore, but I have seen some vlogs lately, and I'll touch base with those here in just a little bit. Marie, Rhonda is not here today. She's at a concert, so you are the moderator today, Marie. You're going to have to wield your wrench with wild abandon and whack the crap out of anybody who gets out of line on here, okay? I want to see water in the background. Oh, Mark, man. You and me both, buddy. You and me both. I am so ready to get out of here. It's not funny. Hello, Carolyn. No, Marie, she can't make it tonight, I believe. Yeah, Rhonda, or Chester Canary, as she's known on here, went to go see a concert this evening. So I'm glad to see she's getting out and doing something. She needs to get out and do more. So King of Chuck says, I like Marie. Marie is a really nice person. She really is. Even if she has a senator who's gotten a little out of line this last week, but we won't go there. Please behave, folks. It's already easy on Marie because Grizz isn't here. Yeah, there you go. Hey, Kelly, how you doing? Just remember, thumbs up, down still counts as a view. There you go. That's right. Yeah, that's right. Every time they go on and give me something negative, I mean, it's still a view, so it counts. Okay, let's get to the sailing bit. Tim, we're going to get to that here in just a second. Carl has cabin fever up there. Yin yang. Oh, man, do I ever. Coffee time. Do I ever. Okay, let's go ahead and kind of jump into it now. We're kind of 10 minutes into the hour. 7 minutes into the hour. Somewhere into the hour. So let's get into that before I have to say again. Someone asked earlier if I've seen any good vlogs lately. Sorry to give you a hard time about that. DJ S, like DJs without the apostrophe, Dives, D-I-V-E-S. DJs Dives is the name of the channel. They apparently are planning on doing more swimming and scuba diving kind of content. But they're really small. They only have 576 subs as of the video I saw earlier today. So they're really small and getting started. But here's the weird thing, okay? They are the crew that's helping out with the Gone with the Winds channel, while the Gone with the Winds move their boat from Florida to Panama. This is the couple that got on with the Gone with the Winds folks to help them move the boat, to be crew for them. DJ's Dives has their own channel where they're trying to develop and generate content, which they are doing from the catamaran that is owned by the Gone with the Winds folks. But disappointingly, even though Gone with the Winds has like 100,000 subscribers and is probably the third largest, most successful of the sailing, cruising genre YouTube creators, none of their subscribers are going over and watching this DJ Dives couple. I don't understand why, except maybe the fact that Gone with the Winds hasn't introduced them or told anybody that they have their own YouTube channel, hasn't given them any links to that. And I find that disappointing. I think it's good for me as a small channel to do all I can to help any other channel that's out there. I try to give everybody a shout out as best I can. Second Chance Sailing is on here. He's got a YouTube channel. Carl and Jenny Sailing Adventure has a YouTube channel. I don't remember who else in the chat. Just those two come to mind. If anybody else is in there, give yourself a shout out. But anyway, I found it really disappointing to hear these guys are crew for Gone with the Winds and aren't getting any love from them. So I thought I'd send them some love. So DJ's Dives is my shout out YouTube channel for this week. If you would go over and get on there, tell them Grandpa sent you, give them a big hello. I would appreciate it. So happy to help with modding anytime. Okay, Steve, we'll keep you in mind. I really try to keep control over that. Are the Doodles really going to use that car? Jonah, I don't know what car you're referring to. The last I saw, Bob was on the RV with a blown head gasket. Other than that, I don't know. And Steve, this is why I'm kind of trying to maintain some control. Bob got kind of crazy and made a whole bunch of people moderators recently. And what happened is they were all competing with one another to see who could jump on the next bad guy first. And so some really good guys ended up getting boosted from the channel and created a bit of a political problem for Bob. He actually, I think, pissed off some people and may have lost some viewers as a result of that. So I'm going to try to be a bit more careful with that if I can apologize ahead of time. But if we see some stuff going through that's difficult, Marie's not able to keep up with it or unwilling, then certainly I'll keep you in mind. I appreciate that, Steve. Hey, Nana Grace, how you doing? Yes, Marie brings up an interesting point. Kelly, glad to see Megan working on her channel. For those of you that don't know, Megan Binkley of Sailing Doodles fame, the Megan as in Bob and Megan from Sailing Doodles, Megan is starting her own channel. It's on her name, under her name, Megan Binkley, MEGANBINKLEY, on YouTube. Check out Megan Binkley. She is currently editing her first video right now, and we'll have that put up pretty soon. And so you guys will be able to follow along with Megan as she does her own travel channel. She's going to be doing a driving travel channel up and down the East Coast and around and stuff. But, you know, Megan, it should be fun and it should be cool. Can you put a link to the channel he's talking about? Okay, I don't know if I can put a link, but I can put the name on here. It's DJS DIVES. That's DJ Dives, and let's see, MEGANBINKLEY, Megan Binkley. So you can take a look at those. So hey, free Brett. Yeah, hashtag free Brett. Exactly. You know, I was aiming for somebody else and ended up deleting Brett from Bob's live stream. I really feel bad about it. I just don't want to have a situation happen where, you know, I'm doing that to somebody else here. So we're going to try to keep that kind of stuff to a real minimum if at all possible. Oh, my channel just jumped around. What's it doing here? Weird. Okay. The last Doodles chat was crazy with people saying stupid stuff and getting bounced. Yeah, actually, I was amazed at the amount of trolls that were on there, of people that had to get, I mean, it was a full-time job just bouncing people left and right. I don't know what happened that Bob all of a sudden attracted so much. I mean, that was exponentially different than what our experience has been in the past. All of a sudden, there was a ton of people in there. And not just U.S. based. There was Asians, there was Muslims, or Arabs, all kinds of foreign languages, Chinese. It was really pretty nasty. So, okay, all right. Follow the boats. Bring one out every day now. Follow the boats. I'm not sure what that means. Follow the boats. Bring one out every day now. Okay. David, I see you sending me stuff, but I can't look at that while I'm doing my live stream. So I'll check it out later. They bought a Buick? Winds seem to be out for themselves. Well, maybe. It's sort of depressing what's going on. If I missed any questions or anything, please ask again. I'm trying to go back and read the chat right now to get caught up, but please get on there and ask again. So, hi, they bought a Buick. That's wild. You know, I guess from my perspective, and I've said this to somebody else, you know, in my honest opinion, IMHO, hey, Paulie D, nice to see you. I really think the best thing Bob could do would be to go back to the rough seas and create content and build his channel up to where he's generating enough income for himself to go out and buy his own boat. If I was Bob, that's what I would do. But I'm not Bob. Bob's got his own ideas and he's going to do his own thing. And the benefit of that is I get to buy the rough seas at a good price. So hope Megan's not doing a live time anytime soon because she'll get blasted with questions about why she's not selling with Bob. And if there's any heat between her and Amanda. I don't know if there's any heat between her and Amanda or her and Bob. I just know Megan's of the opinion it's now time for her to do her own thing. And, you know, hopefully she'll jump on here and address that, and she's welcome to. So, have you ever been to the Nolly McKinley area? I know not sailing related, but Chris, I live in the Denali-McKinley area. I live 100 miles north of Anchorage, so McKinley's just about 40, 50 miles up the road, which for Alaska standards is relatively close. So, in fact, I can just about, there's a couple trees in the way, but I can look out my door and see McKinley in the wintertime when the sky's clear. You think it's fair to say Bob is kind of like the selling world's Hugh Hefner? Well, Pat Mack, I don't know about that. Sorry, that link was to Megan's channel. Yeah, if you guys can put a link up to Megan's channel, that's fine. So, can't say on damn predictive text. Okay, David, I'm going to have to look at that later, man. Selling Doodles bought a $700 Buick to get around. Wow. I hadn't seen that yet. Okay. I've been kind of busy today. Iz and Jamie seem to be very active lately, doing a live show on Tuesday, I think. Well, cool, Liz and Jamie. Very good. The car was for $700. Papa, do you know what happened to their live chat today? I do not know what happened to their live chat today, no. I have not heard from Bob since he did his live chat yesterday, which was a lot of drunken debauchery. So it involved pasties and stuff. I'll just put it that way. RV may not be running soon. The RV has a blown head gasket, so I don't think it's going to go very far anywhere soon. Hey, pretty de loco, ¿qué pasó, amigo? ¿Qué tal? For those of you who don't speak Spanish, I said, how are you, my friend? What's happening? Hey, Grandpa from Puerto Rico. We opened a channel for our trips to the USVI, BVI, Spanish VI, and MV Mojito, which is the name of his boat, MV Mojito. You are all welcome to visit. Hey, Puri, that's pretty good. Put the name of your channel in here so people can see what it is, and they'll go do that. Puri owns a, I think I'm saying that right, Puri, P-U-R-Y. He's got a power boat, a motor vessel, MV Mojito. But he's in that, Puerto Rico, USVI, BVI, Spanish VI area. Just beautiful area, beautiful water. So Bob will spend all of his money at Burning Man. Probably will. My old lady is in Alaska right now. Oh, I'm sorry, she's on a cruise. These cruises up here in Alaska suck, by the way. Hey, Carl, checking in from our chat earlier. Hey, Erwin, how you doing? I'm glad you checked in, man. Welcome, and thanks for checking on the blog. Hope not smoking. I don't know what you mean by that, Kelly. Grandpa, we've been experimenting with live streaming and are ready to go with the world's first. Will you get in touch with you and let you be the first to view? Think you'll be surprised. Second chance, no problem. If you need any help with doing a live stream, let me know. Message me. I'll be happy to jump in and help you any way I can. He's probably sold his phone and laptop along with his soul to pay for the Buick. Not for $700, I don't think he did. I hate to say this, but let's get off the doodles and get on Grandpa. Thank you, Keith. Appreciate that. At DJ's Dive is a recommendation. There you go, Marie. Thank you. I came in a little late, may have missed it. Any update on the appraisal? I'm going to get to that here in just a second. I'm just checking up with the catch real quick. Okay, I'm caught up with the chat. So let me get into what's going on. My topics for the day. First of all, YouTube is whacked. Okay, YouTube is whacked. 2 days ago, it gave me a total figure as to what my view count was. Yesterday, my view count came up unchanged from the day before, which means for that day, I didn't have any views, which of course is impossible. And today, it showed me at 330 fewer views, which means that 330 of you guys got on there and unviewed something. And I don't know how you can unview something on YouTube, but according to YouTube statistics, 330 of you boogers got on there and unviewed some videos. So let's not have any more of that, okay? What the hell? How do they possibly do a minus 330 views? Either their accounting is way off, but this is the second time this week that my total view count had not changed. It was the same one day to the next. So something screwy is going on there anyhow. Michael, welcome from dinner in Sarasota. Okay, cool. How many days do you go sailing? Sorrento we should be heading that direction the end of the month. Channel had 150,000 views in total, and today it showed 0. Yeah, it's really weird. It's really odd what's going on. Many banned accounts, spammed accounts. Hello, Michael P. Welcome. It's Google. What else? Yeah, there you go. It's Google. Okay, so that was one item. Second shout out, and I don't think she's watching, Donna Rice, if you're on here, I want to thank you for cheering me up yesterday, or trying to. I really do appreciate it. I just want to give you a shout out. And here's something else I want to touch base with you guys on. As we travel through life, we travel with the people that are in this generation with us. You know, we're not traveling with, you know, George Washington or even George Harrison, for that matter, or whatever George may come up in 2 generations down the line from us. We're traveling through our lifetime with you folks. And I just want to say, I really appreciate going through this life with you guys. You're really making it a lot of fun for everybody, and I appreciate that. So I see a great future for you, Grandpa. Well, thank you, Second Chance. Hey, Grandpa, I think you're one to keep our eyes on. The diving, another thing that you have planned, seems great. Mark, I appreciate that. We're going to be having a lot of fun. We're going to be doing a lot of diving all around the world, so you'll find that interesting. Maples, hey, Patrick, how you doing? Don't make the YouTube gods mad. Yeah, right? I looked at my first boat yesterday. Excellent, Mike. What are you thinking about getting? There's things in life I wish I could unsee. Man, isn't that the truth? SV Outcast must have been the chili. Hey, Carolyn. 105 people watching. Hey, guys, please do. Slap that thumbs up button. It definitely helps. It was smoking. Okay. Time to spend time with your friends, too. Thank you. Same to you, Grandpa. Thanks, Steve. Hallberg Rasty 41. Wow, nice boat. Hallberg Rasties are some very well-made boat. Good history. Good, strong boats. Well-made. Good experience with them. Good reputation. That's the word I'm looking for. Okay, so let's get to the story. The big question everyone's asking about, what the hell is going on, and why are you talking to somebody in Alaska when I'm supposed to be on a boat sailing and scuba diving? So let me bring everybody up to speed. We have a lot of new viewers on today, so let me bring you up to speed from the beginning. Okay, I'm a farmer, been farming my whole life. I'm in the process of selling my farm here in Alaska, buying a sailboat, and starting this thing that I've been wanting to do for 4 decades, for 40 years now. But wanting to go sail around the world since I was a kid. Family obligations, all that nonsense have been in my way. Finally have my path clear where I can get going. I have a buyer trying to buy my property. We've been waiting forever, and I mean since June, to get the damn survey done. Survey is done. Okay, a little quick update. Old but nice. Renty, what is your channel? Hi, Grandpa. John in New Mexico just finished replacing a kitchen light fixture. When looking to sell, everything goes bad. Okay. Now, this is live streaming. Thanks, Second Chance. Thanks for the reply. Safe sailing from San Diego. Hey, Mark, no problem. Welcome from San Diego. Good sailing area. Stay away from the spam. It is tainted. Yes, it is. Okay, so we waited for the appraisal. The appraisal came in, guys. It sucked. The appraisal is way friggin' low. I'm selling her the price. We agreed to sell the property to her. I'll share with you guys, $279,000 was the selling price. The appraisal came in at $215,000. So it's way low. But you know what? I said, screw it. I don't care. I need to move forward with my life. So I'm agreeing to sell her the property at that price. But see, here's where it's a problem now. At the old price, the bank she's working with was doing a 60-40 loan. They're giving her 60%. She had to come up with 40%. However, I agreed to owner finance for her all but $20,000 of that portion of the purchase price. Now, with the price actually being as low as it is, the bank's 60% is that much lower. However, I can no longer afford to take that very low amount of cash that she was going to give me, 20 grand actually, in order to make this work, because the bank's not going to pay enough to cover all of the mortgage and stuff that I need to do in order to sell her the property. So by them actually coming in with a lower appraisal, this lady has to make up more cash out of pocket in order for this to work for me. I'm cutting back on a whole lot of things, doing away with a whole lot of things, really working hard trying to make this work to her. But the end result is I now need for her to come up with an extra $15,000 in order to make that work. That was our discussion we had this weekend. She's working on it. I will have a final answer from her Tuesday, Wednesday, something like that. So that's the whole story as to how this is breaking down. As soon as she decides that, yes, she's going to be able to do that, and I think she can because she's already owns 3 houses and she's got money coming in, then I'll be out of here. And that should still be the 1st of the month or sooner, actually, because the bank's talking like they're going to be able to wrap this thing up pretty quickly now that we have the appraisal. At least that's what the assistant told me that I spoke to on Friday. Now, Monday may be a whole nother answer. You know how banks are. So we shall see. But that's the whole story on where I'm at with the financing. And so it's now up to this lady to come up with the remainder, and we can get going. Now, one of the changes that I'm going to make through all this is I'm not going to worry about my stuff that I have in storage in Montana. I'm just going to leave it in storage. So I'm going to drive, I think, I'm going to drive from here straight down to Texas to pick up Donna. We're going to head up to Ohio to see my son. We're then going to drive down to Florida and fly from there to Puerto Rico because that'll get me there faster and it won't put Steve's boat at risk in hurricane season going down there. We'll bring the boat from Florida back over to Puerto Rico. Don and I will sail it together, and then we'll do the work that we need to do in Florida, and then sell my truck and trailer, and then head over to the Bahamas and continue with our plans and start getting the diving and stuff done. And rather than try to, I know Marie and I talked about this earlier. I didn't want to get into all these details because I didn't want to have to explain it a whole lot of times. But that's kind of it. It's just the way the money's working out on this thing, and it's a pain in the ass. Whoop, ass. Okay, you'll have to whack me, put me in timeout because I used a PPY word. So, anyhow, that's what's going on, guys, and that's where the delay is now. But we're getting close. Man, we're getting close. I mean, I can taste this thing. We're getting so close. So, and then we'll be able to get out and get going, and things will look good. So let's say, hello, Connie Fortnot. What does she say? I would not sell it that low. Alaska's prime real estate. Keep cabin sailboats are very cheap now. No, Connie, I need to move on with my life. I'm getting rid of this property. My ex-wife and I have divorced, and I want to put all of those bad memories behind me. I'm moving on with my life. And it's too friggin' cold up here in Alaska in the wintertime. I never want to be up here in the winter again. But what if she can't get the bridging amount? Mike, if she can't get the bridging amount, I don't have an answer for that right now. I don't know. I don't know. She's thinking that if she can't get it immediately, she'll be able to get it soon. I don't know where that's going to play out. I got to pay Bob for the rough seas. I told him I'd pay him the 1st of the month. I don't have the money for him unless I have the money from her. So there's a lot of open questions at this point that we have to work towards. So Sluggo says, looking forward to the future of your channel, diving vids, selling vids, docking, cooking, cocktails, and some new sailing friends. Also, unique spin and repairs. That's always neat. Well, good, Sluggo. I appreciate that. Stay tuned. It will be interesting. This whole scenario is why Dave Ramsey said the borrower is slave to the lender. Cash is king. Okay, no Cole name 32. Just so you know, the mortgage that I have on this property is the first debt I've incurred in like 30 years. I owned our property in Ohio free and clear. I owned our property in Montana free and clear. My wife and daughter wanted to buy this property here in Alaska, and we ended up having to do an owner financing program on it. I agree with you 100%. Other than my mortgage, I have no debts, no credit card debts, no car payments, nothing. I owe everything free and clear. It's just the way I've always lived my life. You know the old saying, neither a borrower nor lender be? Yeah, well, now I'm caught up in this nonsense and have to go through all this to get my cash back out of this property. So, okay, let's see. Let me go back and read the chat, guys. Sorry for this. Hello, Maniac Rami. How you doing? Sounds like you came up with a solid adjusted plan. I think so. Ahoy, Captain of SV Catfish. Steve, time out, Grandpa. What's up with your time frame? It's going to work out soon enough. We'll be sitting in anchor. Oh, man, I hope so, Georgia boy. Thank you, Sluggo. I think I'll blow up, too. I hope so. Anyway, I need to. My channel's going to need to blow up. I'm going to need the money, guys. So... oh, thank you, Marie. Balloon payment. Yeah, actually, Smoking, she will have a balloon payment still due me even after that. So, and at that point, I'll be upgrading the boat. So, hey, Jim Marshall, how you doing, buddy? You're my hero. So excited. Well, thank you, Terry. So sorry to hear about the friggin' appraisal amount. Certainly sucks. Yes, Kelly, it does. But you know, life moves on. So I'm not going to cry over it. It is what it is. About your ex-wife, a friend can betray you, but an enemy will always stay the same. Yeah, you know, SV Catfish, over the 20 years of our marriage, you know, in retrospect, she did nothing but put obstacles in my way to stop me from sailing around the world. And now that I'm free of that, I'm able to go, and selling this property is the last obstacle that she got me into. So, did Lily bite the appraiser? No, but I sure wish she had. You know, it's funny, too, because when the appraiser was here, he was actually telling me that he told the bank he didn't want to do this appraisal. And that's why, you know, they kept after him for him to do it. I don't know why. There's 2 other appraisers in the area here that could have done it. And if I had the patience and whatever, I would probably think about hiring a lawyer to deal with this, but I'm just moving on. I got to move on. I don't want to get stuck in a 5-year lawsuit. So Bob said on your stream last week he wouldn't need the money till the middle or close to the end of September, so that timeline might be able to give you. Yeah, I'm hoping, Keith, we're going to see what happens. So what's plan B? Well, plan B, Tim, is I stay here and continue selling real estate until I find another buyer. That's plan B. And you know, that's my worst case scenario. That's not bad. I mean, I'm safe and warm and dry here in Alaska. I have a business that I've been running for a while now. I make pretty good money. I can just stay here, and actually, in some ways, it could be advantageous, except it just kills me being here. So, sounds like time to crack open. Oh, Chris, I'd love to crack open a new beer, but there's none in the fridge, and there's not going to be. Time to lose this weight. Time to get serious with it. So no beers in the house for a while. Mom always said it was all works out there in the wash. It all does work out in the wash. 118 watching. Very cool. You know why divorces are so expensive? Because they'd be worth it. Yes, there are some women out there in the world that I am very happy to pay not to live with anymore. So, second chance sale. Hey, Megan. Hello. How you doing, Megan? Megan, if you would, comment on here. Let's set the record straight. Tell everybody about your channel. Put your name in there, guys. Megan Binkley on there, starting a new YouTube channel. That's the infamous Megan from Sailing Doodles. Please give her a shout out and sub to her channel. She's working on a video right now. Should be out pretty soon. So, and it'll probably be awesome considering it's from Megs. To be honest, guys, I got to tell you, I kind of pushed Megan into doing her own channel. I came up with the idea, and I put a lot of pressure on her to do this. So if it doesn't work for her, it's probably going to be my fault somehow. But everybody say hello to Megan. Let's see if we can get Megan to get her channel going, because I think her channel is going to be awesome. I just wish she would do it in the sailing genre as opposed to the driving genre, because she's already got so many fans out here in the sailing genre already. But guys, go on YouTube to Megan Binkley. Write it down. Go over there after the live stream, or jump over and do it now and come back, whatever. Check out Megan Binkley's live or channel on YouTube and subscribe. And don't forget to click on the little bell for her so you'll get notified every time she puts the video up. And hopefully she'll also set up a Patreon page so people can jump on and help her out and become patrons for her. You know, just like they've been good enough to do for me. So look at that, Megan. Look at the love you're getting there, dear. Look at all these people saying hello to you. Gotta like that. Gotta like that. Just subscribe to Megan. Awesome. Awesome. Yeah, she's a great girl. You know, frankly, a lot of the success of Bob's channel on Sailing Doodles is because of Megan. I mean, she's just a very pretty, lovely girl. Great smile, great attitude. And then there was Bob. So, Megan, everyone's saying hello to you. You can say hello back. You can get on here and post all you want. Won't bother me. Anyhow. So that's kind of the deal with the financing and the delay here, guys. Hopefully we'll get this thing wrapped up pretty quickly. There's really not much more I can do at this point. I'm just waiting to hear from the lady. She seemed very optimistic. Oh, we got a response from Megan. What's Megan's channel name? Megan's channel name is Megan Binkley. Doing great. Glad to see you. Looking well. Don't make me blush now. You, among others, were encouraging me, but I'm the crazy that's always wanted to film my adventures. Well, there you go, guys. Megan Binkley is in the house. Megan is in the house. Thanks, Steve. Maui, appreciate that. You stay there, will you lose out on the rough seas? I don't know, whole shot. I'm trying not to, but I don't know. I mean, I won't know until I get the money from her and then can go forward. So, will you loot a pet aboard? Will ye loot a pet aboard? I will have a dog with me. Lily's going to go on the boat with me, if that's what you mean. Big New Mexico. Hey. New Jersey to Florida, whose real name is John, isn't it? New Jersey to Florida. Get your sailboat, you'd be a superstar. See, Megan, that's what I said. Hello, everyone. There's Megan saying hello. Megan has over 400 now. That's awesome. Keep it up, guys. Jump over there and subscribe to Megan's channel. Megan, I can't wait to see me on the rough seas too, dear. I really can't wait. Look at the spelling of her name, people. It's kind of easy to see what her channel name is. Megan, M-E-G-A-N, Binkley, B-I-N-K-L-E-Y. You made it now, Grandpa. Megan's here. There you go. Now I'm somebody. Yep, I'm somebody because Megan's here. Hey, Steve from Virginia, how you doing? I got it, huh, John? Okay, good to know. I think I saw that. I think you were on either Bob's channel or Carl and Jenny's channel, and I saw you say John. Puerto Rico is absolutely incredible. Well, I'm looking forward to getting there, Megan. When are y'all planning to head to Puerto Rico? Should be there mid-late September. Apparently, Megan, I'm going to have to drive from here to Dallas and pick up Donna and then head up to Ohio to see my kids for a couple of days and then to Florida to fly over to Puerto Rico. So however long that takes. Megan just received 13 new subs since you mentioned it, Grandpa. Nice. I like that. Copy, paste. Yeah, you guys could just hover over Megan's name and do a copy on that, I think, and get it that way. So, and Marie, since you're a moderator, you have the ability of going to Meg's channel and copying the link and bringing the link over. Maybe you could do that for her. Actually, you know what? I'm going to... There you go, Megan. Now you can put a link to your channel on there. I just made you a moderator, Megan. You can get on there and put a link to your channel so everybody can have it. And that way they'll actually just be able to click on the link and go straight over. Promise you one throw, Grandpa. Sort the steps out for the dog on the boat. Too fecking steep. Yeah, you know, second chance. I'm only going to be on this boat for probably a year or two. But I will work on that. Lily's a young dog. She can just really jump and make that distance without too much problem. And the next boat I buy is not going to have those steps in there, so that won't be much of a problem. The nice thing about the rough seas is there's that quarter berth, so she can jump on the quarter berth and then jump out the opening. So, oh, the possibilities. Hey, payback, Megan. I'm giving you payback for all the times I screwed up on yours and Bob's channel. So, get on there and do your worst. That's great. I like that. I'm fixing to start the same thing, Megan. My RV. Yeah, Keith Butler's doing an RV build. Maybe Megan should ride with Keith on his RV. And they won't take your 300 pounds. Now, which stairs are you talking about? The stairs going in and out through the cockpit? And 300 pounds is way light for me. I'm way over that. Yeah, they should be fine. They should be fine. It's the stairs getting in and out of the water that I'm mostly concerned about. But I'm planning on possibly putting a swim platform on the back of the boat and then putting a heavy-duty ladder down into the water. In fact, I was kind of looking at some dinghies today They make a dinghy, I think it's Dex, D-E-X dinghies. I think that's the name of it, Dex. D-E-K, D-E-X. I think it's D-E-X dinghies. They make a dinghy that's a catamaran. It has 2 pontoons, but rather than have the floats, the pontoons going around the front of the boat like a regular dinghy has, they're just 2 side-by-side floats, and then there's a sort of a somewhat raised up bow area. And I thought if I were to lay steps over the front of that bow, with the engine being to the rear of the dinghy, then I could access by going in and out straight over that bow. Now, up here in Alaska, we have a lot of boats designed that way, but then the front of the boat drops down into the water. It's a landing craft for running like 4-wheelers in and out on the rivers. So I thought I would check that out. There you go. There's Megan's link, guys. You can just click on that link that Megan put on there and jump over to her channel and subscribe. My previous dog would climb stairs and ladders and cliffs. Lily will climb a ladder somewhat. If I'm up there, she'll climb a ladder to come up and be with me. It just depends on the design of the ladder. We got to make sure she doesn't get paws stuck in anything. I'm too damn ugly, Grandpa. She don't want me. Oh, I'm sorry, Keith. Hey, Lenny, you want to see Megan? Then right above your comment, dude, there's Megan Bingley's link to her YouTube channel. Get on there and click on the link, and you can go watch Megan's videos. She's editing one right now. It'll be coming up pretty soon. I got hit with the entire ugly tree, man. I'm sorry about that. Steve, you take care, buddy. Hopefully we'll see you back here. John Rice, for both Carl and Megan, important info on monetizing your dreams. Watch YouTube from Sticks with Gab, Patreon, and the title makes a lot of sense to me. Okay, John? Watch YouTube from Sticks with Gab, Patreon, and the title. Okay. Home Place says a branch mate caught him on the way to you, Keith. I'm going to take a cat dinghies are the same. Apparently, they don't tow brilliantly. No, Mike, I have heard the same thing, that the cataract or the catamaran style dinghies do not tow well. I have heard that same thing, and what happens is just like the big catamaran sailboats, they can pitch pole. They can make a nosedive into a big wave and pitch over. And so that is, of course, an issue. With the Dex ones, I had to kind of laugh at the YouTube video. The guy got in the boat, and he wasn't a real big guy like me, but as soon as he hit the engine, the cat just stood up on its tail, and I thought, man, if that was me and I cracked the engine over that fast, that thing would just flip right over and I'd be in the water. But because there's not a spot up in the front for you to put weights like the anchor and the gas can and all that kind of stuff. So just something to think about. I'm just trying to work out ways to get my fat butt back into the dinghy. If you're on YouTube on a computer, just hover over someone's text and chat, and on the right side there'll be 3 dots. There you go. Sorrenti, thank you. Subscribe to Megan. Still say buy your own sailboat, Megan. SV Dillon. You know, John, I happen to agree with that. The girl from Sailing Miss Lone Star just bought herself a small, what is it? She bought a cow. She bought a cow sailboat, CAL sailboat. I think a 27. She got it for $1, and now she's fixing it up and getting it ready to sell. So that would be cool to see that. But tried to post the link, but it was shut down. Yeah, John, only moderators can post links on the channel. Sorry. Only moderators can do that. But Megan posted. If you go back up through the chat, you'll see Megan posted it on there. So just scroll back up to the chat, and you'll be able to pick it up. And if you can't, then maybe Megan will get on and post it again for folks. So a Cal 29.9. Really? So it's a 30? Huh. Thanks, Brad. I appreciate it. I will do it. I will do it. It's just a matter of time. If this lady can't put it together, then I'll find another buyer. I found her. I'll find another one. I'm kind of angry at myself because I wasted so much time working with this lady. I wasted the entire summer with her. I mean, she and I started this road of her buying the property back in March. We should have closed on this back in June. I should have been already sailing this whole summer. But I tried to work with her and, you know, be polite and nice. And I did notice that when she bought her house, it took 5 months from the time she signed the contract till she closed on the house that she's in now. So maybe it's just something in the way this lady operates. She just takes forever. So Have to a wrench. But thanks, Brad. Will y'all be keeping Rita the red dinghy? Megan, what kind of shape is Rita in? It looked to me in the videos last I saw, the red color was kind of coming out of her. She's a PVC dinghy, which tells me that she's probably getting a little brittle. So what kind of shape is Rita in? I don't know. And how good is that outboard motor? I don't know about that either. No, the Rough Seas does not have any generators on it. Bob took the generators off with him. And yes, they use the generators to power the AC on the boat. If you're still traveling in January, there's an event in Quartzsite, Arizona called the RTR. Okay, there you go. March, time to move on. Oh, man, Steve, this is the last. If she can't come up with the money by Wednesday and get this thing done, then I'm absolutely done with this lady and focusing on, I've already relisted my property back onto the multiple listing service, and I've already dropped the price down to the appraised value. So hopefully if she doesn't come through, somebody else will come along pretty quickly. I dropped the price from $280,000 to $215,000, so that's a pretty huge drop. Hopefully whoever's out there has been thinking about it will see that and jump on it pretty quickly. So as it is right now, officially, this lady and I are officially out of contract, but I gave her till Wednesday to come up with the money to go forward. So we'll see what happens. Yes, hopefully a new buyer comes quickly. Delay could be a blessing. Hurricane season will be closer to being over. Yeah, Brad, I mean, I'm a firm believer in what happens is what happens. I know the Muslims and Arabs are getting pretty bad hit right now politically, but I graduated from a U.S. Navy DOD school in Bahrain, and the Arabs have a saying, it's called Inshallah, which means God wills. Not that I'm a real religious nut, but you know, God wills. So what happens is what's going to happen. You know, it's going to be whatever the gods decide, right? Men make plans and the gods laugh. Well, kind of where we're at. So Megan says she's in good condition. The motor is a little underpowered, but that can be replaced. I haven't seen her in a while, but I'm sure she just needs a good cleaning and airing back up. All right, very good. I'm glad to hear that, Megan. I know Donna had some concerns about the Rough Seas being closed up down there in the tropics, probably getting a little moldy, but we'll have to deal with that. So crossing my fingers for you. Well, thanks, Megan. I appreciate that. 2,000 watt Jenny don't cost that much. No, Keith, it doesn't. And I would probably end up buying the Honda 2000. Actually, I'll probably buy 2 of the Honda 2000s to run them in series. That way, even if I'm offshore, I'll have enough electrical power to run the AC should it get hot and uncomfortable out there. Buy a Warham cat sailboat. They have steps that lower into the water. You know, Ramble On, that's a real interesting thing that you bring up, because why don't Lagoon and all the other major manufacturers adopt that? Everyone's got the trampolines out front and the springboards. Warham's the only one I've seen that realized that you have a catamaran because it's a shallow draft. You can bring it in shallow water, run the bows up on the beach, man, drop that ramp and get in and out. Why doesn't Lagoon and Leopard and all the rest of these guys do that? Outramare, I don't see any of them doing that, and it makes no sense. So other than that, I'm not a big fan of the Warhams. They're really a very sparsely set up boat, sparsely appointed, and literally the decks are tied together with rope. If you look at the design of a Warham, the decks are actually tied on, and I think I'm looking for something a bit more stable than that. Have they crossed oceans? Certainly. Can they cross them again? Certainly. I'm just looking for something a little more substantial. So I talked to Bob in Fernley, Nevada. Okay, Lenny. If God wills it, inshallah. There you go, King of Chuck. Inshallah. What will be, will be. That's right. Honda generator's the best. I think so, whole shot. Keith bought one of those for his RV. Cool. Possibly mold, and the heat will make any cabin smell a little, but I cleaned the refrigerator thoroughly. I left Bob with the bathroom, so I take no responsibility for that. Okay. Yeah. Actually, the bathroom is going to be the first thing I'm going to tear into, Megan, that shower drain. I saw the job that Bob did replacing the pump on that, and what it really needs is a proper shower sump installed. you know, down in the bilge so that you've got a proper net filter to take the hairs and stuff out to protect the pump so the pump doesn't fail again. So it's an easy, simple design. Costs about $150 for a shower sump just to install it in, and it just plumbs in, and it's easy. So you can get on West Marine and look at shower sumps, SUMP, and it shows you what they look like. They're pretty simple. So generators, I'm getting carburetor cleaning flashbacks now. Yeah. I've had some of those Honda generators, though, and they're real workhorses. I got to admit, they're real workers. They start easy and they run well. Outremer's are lightweight, but agreed with Lagoon, it would be cool. Any of those sailing catamarans, even Outremer, even as light as they are, all of them, there's no reason whatsoever why they don't make some sort of a landing ramp on the front of the boats. So, Megan says I'm right. Yeah, the sump is easy to repair. So, plus I'm also going to install a hot water heater in. Underneath the quarter berth, I'm going to install a hot water heater. You know, it's like $500 for a hot water heater. I don't understand why one of those wasn't put in. It makes the showers so much more enjoyable. Let's see. It's so nice of you and Megan support each other's channels and endeavors. Absolutely, Christy. I support all YouTubers. I really do. I know how hard it is. You know, it's a lot of work. It's a full-time job. You know, everyone thinks these YouTubers, oh, they're buying a sailboat, sailing around the world, and what a great life they have. And you know, when you got to carry that camera around in your face all the time, and you got to recreate something that, you know, you walk over here, you put the camera down, you walk back, you walk over here. So it gives the impression like you're doing it for the first time. All this scene setup and stuff. I mean, it's a full-time job, and it really does interfere with your enjoyment of what you're doing. So, you know, it's not all, you know, beaches and sundowners. It's a lot of work, but it's good, fun work. So other than that, the head's in good shape. Good to know. Good to know. Thank you, Megan. I appreciate your telling me that. Hey, Super Antonio, how you doing? Warhams is the dream of building your own boat. Yeah, but of course, there's a lot of them for sale now in the secondary market. But yes, a lot of people build their own Warhams. Yes, coffee time. Even the leopards need to have that. I told Bob to marry Megan. She is real hot. Yes, Lenny, she is. And I even teased Megan with a proposal myself, but she turned me down because I'm too old for her. I'm too old. I'm too fat for Megan. Megan, what kind of shape are the sails in on the rough seas? As I understand it, Keith, Bob was telling me the mainsail is okay, it's serviceable, but the foresail is beginning to tear. I have a Sailrite sewing machine, so I'll be able to fix it. But really, those sails probably going to need to be replaced, if not immediately, fairly soon. He did tell me that the foresail would hold together long enough to get to Florida, but it does have a tear in it or a wear spot in it, is what way he put it to me. So there's a lot to do. How much is a water maker? A water maker is going to run me about $4,000. Whole shot. Hot water. What a sweet thing. Yeah. Vlogging is incredibly difficult. Always back anyone that has the brass enough to go out on a limb with their dreams. Well, thanks, Megan. Yep, what Grandpa said about the sails. Okay. Yeah, Megan, Bob gave me a copy of the survey when he bought the boat back in October of last year. As the survey is dated October 17, 2016. So, you know, not quite, 10 months ago, I guess? Almost 10 months ago and 3 days. So I imagine it's pretty accurate. Yeah, Chris Jones, I was just going to say that. The only thing that Bob didn't fix that still has me a little concerned was I don't think he ever fixed the tabs on the bulkhead that were raised as part of the survey. And I'm going to have to look at that pretty closely. It's something that can be fixed. It's not catastrophic, but what it does is it allows the hull to flex if those tabs aren't correctly in, so it won't sail as stiff. It won't necessarily cause any damage to the boat unless it's, you know, really abused. But yeah, that's definitely something I was going to look at. I know what Bear Grylls would do if the water runs out. Water never runs out. It's just whether it's salty or fresh. For that reason, Grandpa, I wish more YouTubers would cut down on their editing and show us more raw, uncut footage. It would make the videos more real and not like a movie. Keith, I kind of agree with that in some ways, but some things you really need to have the editing and stuff in, and some things you don't. I try to use my cell phone. If you notice, like, I'll do some stuff in the car or whatever with just my cell phone, and those are completely unedited. I film something with my cell phone, and I just put it up on YouTube. I don't edit it one bit. And then there's other things that I'll put in and I'll really, polish up and try to tell a story with. So it just depends on what you're doing. But yeah, I appreciate that. Brian, Seine Kits, Ontario, Canada. Check out Lucky Fish Gets Away. They sailed from... Yes, I'm well aware of Lucky Fish Gets Away. Good sailing channel. Thank you for bringing them up. Planning on the Pacific on a 38-foot worm. Yes, they are. Yeah, Lucky Fish Gets Away is really interesting. It's a guy from, I think he's British. And he has two ladies from Mongolia, which is kind of odd. Two Mongolian women on... one's his wife and the other a sister, I believe. Sister, obviously, of the wife, not his. Spinnaker's in good shape as well. Christy, yes, I will be. Good, Megan. I would like to see your live streams. Hello, Tomer Levy. How you doing, buddy? John, if you haven't checked out this water maker site, you may want to. They have one that can run with the checkout Rainmaker. Yeah, John, I'm well aware of Rainmaker. However, I'm probably going to be using a Cruise RO permanently installed. I don't want a temporary. I want to just put one on the boat and get it all plumbed in. And the guy that owns Cruise RO is doing me a favor and selling me one for $4,000. So kind of a sponsorship deal. What's funny is I noticed my iPhone 6S shoots in 4K. Yeah, your cameras, your phones really shoot some really good quality stuff, guys. Don't be afraid to use them for YouTube. And it also makes it real easy to upload, too. So, Bob thought the motorhome was okay. Yeah, well, Bob was wrong. The motorhome blew ahead. And the video would be way too long and too much cussing. Channel here is definitely one of the most honest ones. Well, thank you, Catfish. I appreciate that. It is what it is, man. He's a Kiwi. Okay, Brian, I wasn't sure of that. Paulie D. Hey, Paulie D. Carl, don't buy a sump box from West Marine. I'll send you info on the one I have. It's cheaper and better than anything they carry. All right, Paulie D. Private message me that. I'd like to look at it. Lucky Fish is a year behind the videos. Okay, now, Keith, you really touched on something here. Most of the channels are like way behind where they really are. As an example, SV Delos just did a video of them in Madagascar, leaving Madagascar. You know what? They're in South America already. So most of these channels are way behind. I hope that I never get that far behind. I'm really trying to make sure that I never get more than a month or so behind. But there are some reasons why you really want to get to be a month or so behind, like what just happened to Bob. So sometimes for your own safety, you want to make sure you put out content after you've long left an area. Any interest in getting a SUP for the boat? Yes, Christy, I'm going to look into having a stand-up paddleboard. Keep on keeping on, Grandpa. You rock. I have to run. Bye from my mom and I. Hey, you take care, Megan. Thank you so much for dropping in and visiting with us. Really appreciate it, kiddo. Good luck and get some content up. Keep putting content up, regular content. Build your channel, build your audience. Everyone say goodbye to Megan. Take a little time to sleep. Mike, you take care, buddy. I appreciate you visiting with us for a bit here. Nice of you to do so. Whoop. Would blip on my channel again. Yeah, Megan's funny. Kim, her mother, stopped in way before the live stream started, almost like an hour ahead of time, saying she wasn't going to be here. So, no, I got to sneeze. Excuse me. I don't know what that was from. Lucky Fish said he was a year behind. Yeah, that's just crazy being that far behind. Trump 2020. Dan, please don't put political stuff on here. We're going to ignore it this time, but if you do it again, you're going to get bumped. So, you said something happened to Bob regarding safety and timeliness in videos. What happened? Chris, if you look at Bob's most recent post on his Facebook page, he had some guy threatened to kill him, to beat him up and kill him. Guy threatened that he was going to get on him at Burning Man and was going to do bodily harm to him. You know, in our society today, people are getting so stressed out and freaked out with stuff that somebody was upset with him because he was doing a live stream and people were donating money to him on the live stream through the super chat function, and he was in his RV on the side of the road, broke down. Obviously, the guy that got on there didn't know anything more about Bob except that he was broke down on the side of the road with his RV. Didn't know that he'd been putting out content for the last 8 months and developed a YouTube channel and a following. He just thought Bob was ripping off all these people by having them give him money. So, but anyhow, you can read the guy's letter. Bob posted it up on Facebook, so you can read what it is the guy said. And he redacted it so you won't know who the guy was. And he removed all the bad language from it. But still. So, do you mind sharing how did you get the sponsorship for the sunscreen? Christy, I called them. Called them. For those of you that don't know, we have a sponsor. It's called Stream2C, S-T-R-E-A-M, the number 2, S-E-A, Stream2C. And they're a manufacturer out of Florida. They make sunscreen that is safe for corals. A lot of the sunscreens made today have a chemical component in them that actually hurts corals in the reefs. It hurts the reefs. It kills them. And this company manufactures a brand of suntan lotion, also soaps and shampoos and stuff that don't have the chemicals in it that hurts the coral reefs. So they're safe to use. And I'm all about trying to be, Dan, no problem. I'm all about trying to be careful of our environment, protect our environment. And so they're a real good mix for us. When we drive down to Florida before we head over to Puerto Rico, we're going to meet with those folks and film them. But how I got that is I just called them up and asked them about it. And we talked about what I'm doing and what they're doing. We're a good mix for them. So they decided to come ahead and be a sponsor for us. So, and over time, I think that sponsorship will grow and become more and more. So we shall see. In Britain, that name that we must not speak is schoolyard slang for fart. Okay, Austin. Weird, but okay. Dan Matt, check it out. Okay, cool. If everything works out with the house, how long will it take for the upgrades and projects before you are sailing full time? Whole shot, that's a good question. If I can get on the boat and sail to Florida immediately, if we have a weather window that opens up, immediately and the boat is capable, I'm only going to need probably a couple days in Puerto Rico to provision and get the boat fueled and ready and check the systems and what have you. I mean, I do have to do a modicum of certain things to investigate on the boat before I head offshore. Then we're looking at a 7 to 10 day sail over to Florida. And then, when I'm in Florida, the only major things I'm going to do is replace the shower sump and the hot water heater and possibly, install the water maker, add a dive compressor on board, although that's just going to be a sitting on deck kind of thing. And work on the foresail. And so, I don't know how long that'll take, maybe a month or so in Florida before we head over to the Bahamas. So, which is fine. That way we'll be at the end of hurricane season and we'll be able to go over to the Bahamas with relative safety in mind that we'll be okay weather-wise. So, no cold name 32. Whatever your budget and time frame is for the upgrades, take that and then double it. Yeah, probably. Well, greetings from Oneonta. Bet you didn't realize I could say Oneonta, but I'm from New York originally. Guys, I was born and raised on Long Island. I'm a New Yorker. So I know where Oneonta is. Political stuff divides us, sailing unites us. There you go, Marie. I like that. I like that a lot. Okay, so what are we going to talk about? What else would you guys like to talk about? We had a great visit here from Megan. I kind of gave you the update on the timeline and all of the financial nonsense, and we had a shout out. Anybody else want to do a shout out for a sailing channel they like? Anybody else find anything new out or something? Hello, William Duvall from Sarasota. Man, my phone died, missed part of the chat. Sorry to hear about the news. If she doesn't work out, better things are coming. And I'm finishing packing. I'm heading out first thing in the morning. Yeah, Maui Lay, guys, for your information. Maui Lay is my buddy Steve. He's in Texas right now. Actually, he's in Dallas, which is where Donna is. And he's getting ready to leave Texas and drive to Virginia, where he's going to be looking at buying a Tayana sailboat, a really nice boat. So he's in the process of negotiating for that boat now, and hopefully he'll be buying it pretty soon. So hopefully he and I will be tied up side by side someplace in some anchorage this winter, enjoying a sundowner and having a good time together. So Adventures of an Old Sea Dog is great. Yes, he is. He is awesome. I like Barry a lot. I'll turn 65 August 25th. Well, Lenny, that's awesome, man. Happy birthday. I just turned 59 on August 11th. So, cool. What's your favorite sailing channels? My favorite sailing channels. Wow. Sailing Zero. Yeah, that's a good one. My favorite sailing channels. Barry, over at the Adventures of an Old Sea Dog, is one of my favorites that I watch. I actually subscribe to all of them. I mean, I've got like 100 channels that I've subscribed to. Who are my favorites? You know, I liked La Vagabond before the Catamaran. Now, yeah, they're okay, but not like it was. Delos, of course, is always still interesting. Always good quality production. Gone with the Winds, but their production quality is high, but sometimes things can be lacking there too. I don't know. There's a bunch of really good ones. So, does Steve have a channel? I don't know, Steve, do you have a channel? Howdy from North Carolina. If I missed your question, guys, please say it again, because I'm missing some in the chat. Oh, I'll just go back and read. Let me see if I can go back and read. Let's see here. Sailing Zero. Yep. Grandpa, do you have any other people looking at your property, or was she? No, I have other people looking at the property, Keith. Our deadline, has Bob given you one? No, Bob has not given me a deadline. Does Steve have a channel? I don't know, Steve. Do you have a channel? Oh, Maui Lay, you mean, Steve? No, I don't think he has a channel. He may at some point, but no, he does not have one now. I did 8 weeks of sailing camp this summer. Well, cool, William. That's neat. Howdy from North Carolina. Susie Q. Nice that you're here. Big Easy Sailing is the channel. Looks promising. Very cool. Very cool. I like that. Eric Andrea has a sailing channel, but I've not heard anyone mention. Single-handed sailor. That is a beast. I'm not Eric. Is that Georgia Boy? Is that the name of his channel? Is Eric? I don't think so. I think that's the guy that has a channel like, you know, something Norwegian or something like that. I don't remember the channel name. So, has moose squatting on his property. Yes, we do have moose on the property. We have lots of moose on the property here. I mean, literally, I could step outside in the wintertime and shoot a moose any day of the week without any problem. So, let's see. Carl and Jenny. Hey, Grandpa, time here to hit the sack. Hey, good night, guys. Carl and Jenny, see you guys later. I know it's way past midnight, probably 1 a.m. there for you guys in UK. Get some sleep. What happened to It's a Boat Life? It's a Boat Life. I think he's still creating videos. He's working on his boat. Brand sailing is good. Yeah, brand sailing is very good. What non-sailing thing are you looking forward to on your travels, books, hobbies, and interests? Peaceful Dawn, interesting question. I actually had a conversation with Maria about this earlier. One of the things I'm interested in doing with my channel is visiting farmers around the world and seeing what they're growing and how they're growing it. So I think that's something that I've not seen any of the other sailing channels do. It's not sailing related, but hey, we all eat. So I'm interested to see what's going on with that. And being a farmer, obviously, I have a natural affinity to that. So, well, Lenny, I'm turning 49 on 22nd. Well, hey, Susie Q, happy birthday. Delos and Not a Sailing Channel. Yeah, Deer Meat for Dinner does a very good. Yep, he does a really good channel. Let's see, Grandpa, what if she doesn't buy and no one else does either? Winter in Alaska, White Spot Pirates, that's what John. Yeah, White Spot Pirates is a good channel. John, then I'm stuck here for the winter. I will tell you that last winter I had people looking at the property all winter long. So I don't know. One of the reasons why I'm so upset with myself for having been so patient with this lady. I should have just gone on ahead of time, but I didn't. So, Emerald Steel, very good channel. They have a lot of knowledge. Called Cam G, younger guy who knows sailing, who got free sailboat and is fixing stuff. Oh, okay, I've not seen that one. Steve says he doesn't have a channel yet. Agree on the Big Easy, looks promising. John McLeod, let's not jinx Grandpa. Yeah. Currently trying to work on a channel, but it's indeed a lot of work. It is indeed a lot of work. I might be your youngest subscriber. Well, William, I'm glad. How old are you, William? Let's hope Grandpa could get sailing before this winter. Yes, please do. Send me all the good karma you got, man. That's good to hear. Coast Life is a young channel, but pretty good. Okay. 2 at night here in good old Germany. Well, hey, Catfish. That's kind of early in the morning. Carl and Jenny have a great night. Have a natural affinity to eating. Yep, I do too. Unfortunately, too much. Great ideas for your channel. Thanks, Smokin'. I think so. Sailboat Story is a good channel. Sail Life. Yep, Winded Voyage channel is a good one. And another Mads fan. Love the Sail Life also. Yeah, Mads is awesome. I like watching him. As I remember on Sail Life, Mads, he's very monotone. He talks with a solid rhythm all the time, flat, dead kind of response. At first, it really bothered me how he had no inflection or interest or excitement in his voice. But now it's, you get to learn it's just the way he is. So, but I find that pretty interesting. So, MJ Sailing is a good channel. Yep. Eric Andrea is his channel name, and his motto is no bullshit, just sailing. I'm going to write that down. Eric, Aanderaa. I'll check that channel out. I'm not familiar with that one then. I'm 11. Hey, William, that's awesome. Oh, yeah, you've been selling Optimus. Lots of fun selling Optimus. I will, Georgia boy. I will check him out. My God. Okay, smoking? Okay. Oh, MJ's good. I think that's what you're saying. Okay. Who knows, Carl? You might run into sailing nervous when you hit Florida. That would be interesting. Yeah. Yeah. I keel a captain in Nova Scotia in summers and stay on a 42-foot sailboat in the winters in Alabama. Oh, that's cool, Connie. Second for Winded Voyage. All right. Kelly, hoping you will give us a midweek live feed. Some good news that the lady just got the down payment money. And yes, Kelly, I'm really hoping that that's what the topic of my Wednesday live stream will be about. I'm really hoping that's what it'll be about. But, sometimes those things are beyond my control, so it's going to be whatever it's going to be. But, yes, I'm really hoping that that is what it is. Because, guys, I love doing these live streams and talking about sailing. I'd much rather be actually sailing. So, I'm kind of done talking about it. Want to get going, guys. I hope you understand that. So, Cheeky Monkey is great. Yeah, they've stopped filming for a while, or just live streaming. Christy, I have really been trying to film another video. I've been working on a video of me packing all the fishing gear that I'm going to take to sell around the world. But I got to lay everything else outside on the tables, and it's been nothing but rain. And I just can't do it outside in the rain. I can't take the cameras out there in the rain. I don't care if the fishing gear gets wet because it's fishing tackle. That doesn't bother me, but I can't take my camera out there and film that and have good audio in the rain. So, unless I did it with my little GoPro session, but then it wouldn't be very good quality, but I could do that, I guess. So, Whole Shot, what time on Wednesdays? I do a Wednesday morning, 9 a.m. Alaska time. So that's 9, 10, 11, 1 o'clock Eastern time. And I do that mostly for the European people so that they have a channel they can watch it. For them, it's like 5, 6 o'clock at night over in Europe. So, Ruby Rose is a good channel. Yes, it is. Goes out when others are coming in due to the weather. He loves bad weather. Yeah, I'm not a fan of bad weather, but need to say goodnight from Medford. There you go. There's Long Island. Good night, sir. Rain better than snow. You got that right. Going to have to check his channel out. Good, Keith. We're pulling here for you. Thank you. Could you do a 360 pan around your cabin? I did this last time. Sold all your stuff. Are you prepared to stay another winter if you have to? Yeah, if I have to spend another winter, I will spend another winter. Okay, guys, my cabin is tiny, just so you guys know. Actually, you know what? Let me unplug it while I'm doing this. Okay, so I have stove with a window, my kitchen's over there, my refrigerator, my TV, I'm watching a football game, my desk and office area, my shelving, my bed is over there, wood stove in the corner, and the door. And that is my entire cabin. I live in a tiny cabin up here in Alaska. My cabin is 16 feet by 16 feet. Put the power back in. But I do have 80 acres, and it is a dry cabin, which means I do not have a shower or a bathroom or running water or a sink. I live in a dry cabin. So when I kind of laugh at Megan talking about how nice hot water is to have in a sailboat, guys, I'm just going to be happy to have pressurized water in the cabin. Or for that matter, just having water over the side that I can get to easily. I have to take water jugs and go over to my wellhead to pump water into jugs and carry jugs back in there so I can do dishes. So the ceiling is 8 foot tall, home place. Actually, 8 foot 1.5 inches. 8 foot 1.5 inches tall. You're a real nice person, Grandpa. Well, thank you, Lenny. I appreciate that. All of us pray warriors need to pray for. Yes, please pray for me. Pray that this lady buys my property. That's what I need everybody to pray for. You forgot Lily. Well, Lily's down here in her crate. So, you guys want to see the prisoner? Let me move the camera. Let me unplug so you guys can see the prisoner. See if I can do this. Because she looks really pitiful right now. Let me put it on there. There we go. Can you see the prisoner? Lily. Sorry about all the movement, guys. Yep. That's Miss Lily in her dog crate. And she wants to come out. She's not happy. But she was getting into stuff when she came out earlier, and so it's just safer for her to be in here. Tell you what I will do. I'm going to give her a treat. And then I'll make her happy. She loves these Kirkland dog bones. Well, I'll keep her occupied for a few minutes. Okay. Well, where were we? Free Lily. Yep, nice and simple. It is very simple to adapt to when you're living in a light as tight quarters. Yeah, I'm not worried. Actually, a sailboat, that CNC 37 has more square footage than my cabin does. Thank you. I appreciate that I'm in your thoughts and prayers. Thank you, Susie Q. I'll let her out. She wants to hang out in the live feed. Yeah, well, the problem is that she wants to jump all over me and everybody else. So, walks on the property and has certified check in hand. Man, you got that right. Hello, Donna. Donna just got here. She went to church. I hope you prayed for us, Donna, that we get things going here. By the way, Donna, you missed it. Megan was on the channel earlier. Why the choice for a dry cabin? It was not a choice, Marie. It was not a choice for a dry cabin. When we bought this property, actually, when we moved to Alaska, there was a real nice property with a nice house on it I wanted to buy. But my wife and daughter insisted we buy this big 80-acre parcel because they wanted all this room, even though it didn't have a house on it. So when we first moved up here to Alaska, true story, guys, we lived in a 20-foot cargo trailer. You know, those white trailers you see people pull behind their trucks that they store crap in. Yeah, we lived in one of those our first winter. Free grandpa from Alaska. There you go, Keith. That's more like it. And so that first winter, I built this dry cabin up here. Now, subsequently, I built a second cabin, which the in-laws, or outlaws, lived in. My ex-wife's parents. But we stayed in this tiny cabin until we put together the money to build a house. And we were well on our way to doing that when the wife decided to divorce. And, of course, everything's gone to hell since then. So the only structure left up here on this property was this cabin for me to stay in. The outlaws moved out and took the cabin with them that I built. So now I just got to get this place sold so I can get the hell out of here. So, Grandpa, get to sailing. Yeah, no kidding. Wicked Salty was the first sailing channel I ever viewed, shopping for a 36-foot yacht to sail around Long Island. All right, honeybees. Yeah. Wicked Salty is an interesting channel, young couple. How long have you been up there in Alaska? 7, well, we were up here together for 5 years, up to 2015. Then I went down to Florida and tried to open a real estate office there. That's where I got divorced. So I've come back up here to Alaska because the wife's not here and the daughter left. She's in London now. And now I'm cleaning up the property to sell it. So I moved up here in December of 2015 and have been cleaning up the property and trying to get ready to get it sold. So anyhow, that's the answer to your question. So Miss Megan, she has helped. Yeah. Well, we had her on and she did a link to her channel so people can get over there and subscribe. So, and I am not getting grumpy. Okay, yes, I am. I'm getting grumpy. I have to admit, I am getting grumpy. And Donna, now that you're on here, I mentioned this earlier, but I'm going to say it again. I really do appreciate the efforts you made to try to cheer me up. I really do. It was much appreciated. Even though I didn't seem like it at the time, it was much appreciated. So, the Outlaws, yeah. Kelly, I cannot tell, you know, you guys know me at this point, and I really try to be a nice guy as much as I possibly can. But I got to tell you something. My mother-in-law had been a PIA for 20 years to me. During that time, I paid to move her and her husband at the time from Ohio to Montana when we lived there in Montana, and they moved into the property with us, and they lived in the house with us for like 6 months at that time. And then when we moved up here to Alaska, I rented it again. I rented the U-Haul truck and paid for them to move up here to Alaska. They moved onto the property. I built a cabin for them. They lived in the cabin. And during that entire time, she's been a royal pain in the butt every second of the day. So I have to say, guys, as nice of a person as I am, as I try to be, I took tremendous sadistic pleasure at evicting them from the property. I mean, here their daughter and I were getting divorced, and they thought I should continue giving them a free place to live. So, you know, maybe I should have or whatever, but I'm sorry, when you're that much of a pain in the neck to me during my entire lifetime, and I'm still providing you with a free place to live, it was all over. So, is it grumpy or anxious? It's all the above. No grumpy on the boat, I'll push him overboard. Donna, if I'm grumpy on the boat, you can push me overboard, but I really doubt I'll be grumpy on the boat. I will be in seventh heaven on the boat. That you can take that to the bank. Users think. Yeah, they very much were users, so. Georgia boy, awesome, man. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. I really do. That's awful nice of you. You've been a real trooper and jumping in and helping fun stuff all along the way. And I want to tell you how much I appreciate that. I really do. Thank you. You deserve a sailboat after the Outlaws. Oh, man. You know, and you know, I really try to be nice. Okay, and guys, to give you an idea how much of a hard ass I am. I gave them eviction papers last summer, actually last spring. I think it was in June of last year, I gave them eviction notices. I gave them 30-day notice. But then I gave them until winter to get all their stuff off the property. So their 30-day notice ended up being like a 140-day notice. And even then, they still left a bunch of crap here for me to have to clean up. So, which just is a testament to the kind of person that they are. Maybe he needs a beer. Man, I do need a beer. Donna calls it like she sees it. She does. Yes, I have sworn off beer to try to lose weight. Donna knows very well that I have a ton of weight to lose, and I am. But you know, you're right. I do need a drink, and I just happen to have a wee little bit of the Kraken left. And as much as I really shouldn't be drinking alcohol, because I'm trying to lose weight, as you all well know, I can't for the life of me, because I'm too cheap, throw out perfectly good booze. So, Keith, you jumping out of here, man? Okay, we'll see you later. So I'm going to go ahead and pour me a double of some of the Kraken. Actually, it's a spice rum, and it doesn't taste particularly good. I've had much better rum, so... Oh, God, not the Kraken. Yes, Steve, the Kraken. Sing us a song. I don't know what song to see you. I bet someone could make $1 million doing beer drops in Alaska. There's an awful lot of beer up here in Alaska. Awful lot of beer. A lot of microbreweries and stuff up here. Someone to be tough enough to live in a dry cabin in Alaska will have no problem living aboard. Oh, Catfish, I have no worry about that. You know, I have to kind of laugh. You know, people on the sailboats and stuff, are they worrying about sharks and stuff like that in the neighborhood? Whole shot. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it, man. Really do. Thank you very much. I've got 3 grizzly bears that live about 2,000 feet behind my cabin. I got a mama bear about 700 pounds and a couple 500-pound cubs. So, yeah, I'm not worried about sharks. Try taking on 700-pound mama bear. That worries me. In fact, that's why I keep a shotgun hanging on the wall next to my bed. No unhealthy snacks on the boat. Maybe a little beer and wine. I need to lose a little. Yes. Row, 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 row your boat. Divorce costs so much because they're worth it. That's right, Connie. The Outlaws should be Patreons. Oh, gosh. Yeah, right. Okay, the Outlaws. The woman was married to one guy named Jim when I paid for them to move from Ohio to Montana. When I paid for her to move from Montana to Alaska, she was now with another guy named Jim. And the guy that she moved in with, the new Jim, doesn't have a pot to piss in. I mean, he's driving a 25-year-old S10 Blazer truck that's rusting and falling apart. And the guy literally has worked his entire life and doesn't have a pot to piss in. I mean, they literally had nothing. In fact, the reason why I gave him the cabin that I built is because if I didn't, they were out on the street. So one of the neighbors down the road said they could rent from him. So I gave him the cabin and helped them move the cabin over to that property. And they're now mooching off of the neighbor guy, which is fine. They're off of here so I could sell the property. But, yeah, real winner. So, no, they're not going to become Patreons. They don't have the money for that. So, people, you're being so good to him. Thank you. Yes, folks, really do thank you. You guys rock. How about that one song you sang a couple weeks ago? Oh, God. I think it was a bar song. Does anybody really know what time it is? No, not. Oh, you're talking about Toadsuckers. You guys want me to sing Toadsuckers? You know, I'm blocking here. What's her name? Rhonda. Rhonda's always asking me to sing that. So, Jim needs a job. Yes, Jim needs a job. No kidding. And you know what? Cora, that's the mother's name, she had a job working over here at the lodge making pretty good money, and she quit because they were mean to her. They actually expected her to work. So the two of them are on Social Security. They're living on Jim's Social Security check, and the community here provides seniors with a big food drop every year or every month. So they get a ridiculously huge food drop every month. And I mean, guys, it's like enough food for a family of 20. that they get every month from, and it's enough for them to keep them in food. So they don't pay rent. They don't pay for any of their medical because they get that free up here. They do get a check from the state every year for living here. They have free food provided to them. All Jim has is his car expense and his fuel. That's it. So, no, don't sing. Toadsucker song. Okay. All right. Toadsucker song. How about them toadsuckers? Ain't they sappy? Sucking them toads all sure make them happy. Hug 'em mug a toadsuckers way down south. Sticking them sucky toads in zay mouth. I'd be a toadsucker knowing a duck it. You just find an old toad and you rear back and suck it. There you go. There's the toadsucker song. Don, it will come off quick once he's in the water diving every day. Plus, he'll be eating healthy on what you guys catch and cook. Yes, that's absolutely correct. What was the song about the gal that married all the guys with the same name? Gal that married all the guys with the same name. I don't know that song. Chris, not free medical for everybody. They're seniors, and we have a local clinic over here that provides pretty much free medical for people in low-income situations. So I just got done repairing my sailboat. Going to splash it Friday. D and I really like that song. Well, Austin, thank you, man. I appreciate that. And good evening. I agree with King. Your what can suck it? Yes. Toadsucker. Okay, the history of Toadsucker is I used to be a member of a group called the New Vinton County Frogwampers Marching, Singing, Strumming, and Plucking Society out of Athens, Ohio when I was in college. And it was a song that was sung at the end of each show. It was just something funny. Henry the Eighth I am, Henry the Eighth I am. Every time I hear that song, I think of Popeye. I am what I am. I'm getting excited to sail too. Yes, I want to fish to eat, so we need to fish. Yes, we do. But we will fish to eat, not eat to fish. You get a line, and I'll get a pole, honey. You get a line, and I'll get a pole, babe. You get a line, and I'll get a pole. We'll go fishing in the crawdad hole. Okay. Teamwork on healthy lifestyle on the boat will be great for both of us. Yes, it will. From New Zealand, hey, Lance. How long to go is it now? Are you still looking to get Megan to help crew Rough Seas back? Lance, you just missed Megan. She was on here a little bit ago. Megan has started her own channel. Go to Megan Bink on YouTube. You can subscribe to her channel. No, Megan will not be joining me. However, Donna, who's on here, will. Donna Rice will be joining me on the boat. How much is the check people get up there? James, it varies year to year. It depends on the earnings from our fund that's set aside that is a product of the taxes collected on the oil revenue that's exported out of the state. Are you going to break out the pasties? No, sir. Not going to be doing pasties. Did you say Athens, Ohio? That's where I am now. Yes. Black Trans 99, Athens, Ohio. Go Bobcats. I went to college at OU in Athens. I used to bartend in a bar called the Long Branch Saloon, which was up the alley there. Rhonda sent me a picture from the concert. Okay, I'll look at that later. Do you like to fish, Donna? Thanks, Maria, and we are going to do it together and eat healthy and have some bloopers. Yes, Donna, have a channel. Does Donna have a channel? No, Donna does not have a channel, although that's not a bad idea. Donna should have a channel. Anyhow, I poured this and it's getting warm in my hand. Let me drink it real quick. Woo! There you go. Plastic Jesus. Plastic Jesus. Yeah, I never was a big fan of that song. Buccaneero Grandpa Pasties Consulting Online. Yeah, maybe I'll put some sort of sailboat pasties or something like that together. So Donna's a lucky lady that gets to sail with Grandpa. Congrats, Donna Rice. Yes, Yolando. Yep. Donna is a wonderful lady from Dallas, Texas. She's a retired nurse who scuba dives. And so looks like she's going to be a ideal person to go with me. So Putin's hair on your chest. Hey, Grandpa. Yes, coffee time. Actually, I'm trying to kill off that bottle of rum. And that's about all I can stand of that every day. So our property tax is high in Alaska. Connie, I have basically 80 acres of vacant land with a 16 by 16 cabin, which is not taxed because it's on skids and not a proper foundation. And my taxes run $1,600 a year, which I think is high. I mean, that's more than $100 a month for me to be here. So I think that's high for taxes, but it's nowhere near the kind of taxes I used to pay when I lived in New York on Long Island. So those taxes are just insane. Yes, Donna Rice. Instagram is Donna Griffith Rice. Please check that out. Can't wait for Carl and Donna to go sailing. Me too. I don't care if it rains or freezes as long as I have that plastic Jesus sitting on the dashboard of my car. I can go 100 miles an hour as long as I got the almighty power sitting there next to my furry dice. Is that the song you were talking about? Where do you find Bob on Facebook? Sailing Doodles. You find Bob on Facebook under Sailing Doodles. Thanks, Whole Shot. Wow. That is high tax. I think so. That's cheap. We're paying close to 20 G's. Yeah. You know, depending on where you live in America. So, see Goose on Court Street. Oh, okay. You used to go to McCool's. MCCOOLS, McCool's on Court Street. I know it well, Black Trans 99. This live event sponsored by Speedo #1 choice of Grandpa. Yeah, you ain't going to see Grandpa in no Speedo, man. Not unless they make one about the size of a parachute. Yes, Catfish, 80 acres, yep. I follow some sailing channels, and I'm a friend of Bobby's mom, Vicky. Yes, she is. Vicky, like me, is also a real estate broker. Love the singing. Thank you, Spoken. When you provision will be a real make or break it time for your weight loss goals, as Donna will keep us posted on your effort or lack thereof. Yeah, actually, I'm going to be the one really pushing for that. It's going to be sort of interesting. Something Donna doesn't know about me yet, but I have an eating disorder. My eating disorder is I'm all factory. I'm sorry, I got that backwards. I'm all farm and no factory. That's my eating disorder. I like to eat only natural foods. I don't eat any processed foods if I can help it. And that's going to be a real problem sailing around the world. One of the things I want to do with my channel is to be able to show you what farmers are growing wherever we are traveling at. It's not really sailing related stuff, but I think it's interesting because people have to eat. And if people have to eat, someone has to grow it. So there's farmers all around the world. And I think it would be interesting to show the kind of stuff people grow wherever. As an example, I'm friends with a guy in Thailand. The guy in Thailand wrote his main crop that he raises is frogs. He raises and sells frogs for a living. So I know people in Asia that raise just rice. They're rice farmers. I don't necessarily agree with monoculture farming, which is obviously if you're just raising frogs or just raising rice, you're a monoculture farmer. Just like here in America, if you're a milk farm, you know, you're just a monoculture. I like to see farms working. Anyhow, we'll get into all that later on. So I'm in LA and I only pay $1,800 a year with a hood. You have a hood? I don't have a hood. I have a cabin. Yes, I know it was house. I know that. I'm just giving you a hard time, not last nice guy. Giving you a hard time. I love the Rough Seas boat and found out they'll be buying it. Also approached him and said, I'm going. And she did. Yeah, she kind of just invited herself along, which I'm thrilled with. I'm going to seafood diet. I seafood and I eat it. Yeah. I just turned in. Will you still be doing scientific research and experiments? To say, yes, I will be Native American Wanderer. They'll be doing a number of citizen science projects. In fact, one of the things I'm going to be doing, I'm going to have to be over in the British Virgin Islands in December. Reef.org is going to be doing a big reef check kind of a survey in the British Virgin Islands, and I'd like to film some of that and do some of that as a story. Make some more beef stew. I do tend to make a pretty good beef stew. Well, Vagabond loves to buy from farmers, and if not, organic food. Yes, organic's kind of a bad term. It's really been kind of beat up pretty much. But yes, I'd like to find local farmers and see what they're growing. One of the channels recently did a video. I didn't write it down. I don't remember their name off the top of my head. But they were walking up an alleyway and they stumbled across this farm and they were talking to the guy there. They thought it was like a restaurant kind of thing. But turns out the restaurant actually grows everything right there. So they walked with the guy through the thing and he was kind of showing them how they grow the different stuff. Anyhow, as they were walking through, the guy's grabbing a handful of this and a handful of that. And when they got back over to the kitchen, it wasn't really a kitchen. It was kind of a shack with a wood stove in it. And anyhow, the guy took all these things, cut them all up, put it together, and made this guy an amazing meal just from the fresh stuff that he picked just seconds earlier. And of course, it's non-genetically modified anything. No chemicals were used on the garden. It was all grown naturally, fertilized with the goat poop from the goats that he raises. You know, I mean, it was just awesome. That's exactly the kind of stuff I'd like to find and be able to show people as we're traveling around. So, food is Cajun for house. Okay, Chris, good to know that. I kind of, actually, in all fairness, I did know that. But, you know, it is what it is. So. I missed something here. What do you say? Left down, must be a small house. I'm down in San Diego. 2-story, 6-bedroom, 3-bath, 3-car garage. Oh my God, you got a McMansion, Weigold. Good thing you're in Southern California, you don't have to heat that sucker. Up here in Alaska, you'd go broke heating that. I have a hood in the backyard. Hey, there's a lot of people in America that live in the hood. A little different. Are you going to put the boat in the yard when you're in Marathon and really check it out? No, probably not, Farley. Unless we run into a project that needs it, probably not. Hey, Doug and Stacy, how you doing? Haven't seen you guys in a while. Sounds like our house. How much does it cost to get started with diving? I can't imagine scuba gear is cheap. No, Austin, it's not. Your basic scuba diving setup, your buoyancy compensator, your regulators, secondaries, your tank, your weights, your fins, your mask, your snorkel. You're looking at about $1,000 to get your initial setup of scuba diving gear. And then from there, the sky goes to limit on trying to add all kinds of accessories and stuff to it. So it does get pretty pricey pretty quick. And we'll be covering some of that because we're going to be buying Donna a brand new setup as we get going. So we'll be making some videos of that. Rick Moore has the girls cooking some good fresh food on his boat, it seems. Yeah, but Rick tends to walk into the local grocery store and buy whatever factory farm stuff that they make there. I'm going to try to avoid that at all cost. Off subject a bit, what's your thoughts on Sailing Uma? Love Sailing Uma. I do. I think they're a great channel. I like some of the stuff they do. They're making pretty good content. I do have a problem with them disregarding the compiled knowledge that's taken centuries to be gained on how to set up and organize a sailboat. For what we're doing, they thumb their nose out on it, and now that's coming back to bite them in the ass. But other than that, I really like Sailing Uma. They're young, brash kids. They're learning. They're going to learn the hard way, which is the way everybody has to learn, really. I think it's a great channel, and it's interesting and fun at this point watching them go through that learning process. One of his most recent videos, he actually was admitting finally that he needs an outboard motor on the back of his dinghy, because sometimes you get in a situation where you need that outboard motor to get yourself someplace. Now the next step is he's going to admit that he needs to have a gasoline or diesel-powered engine in his boat, because sometimes you need to be under power with your boat for more than just an hour or so, which completely depletes his battery capability. So, let's see here. Donna Rice says, I love to protect the coral and fish, so that's why we started talking about eco-friendly products like for lotion, shampoos, lip balms. So he got busy and found us a sponsor. And I did, yes. Stream, S-T-R-E-A-M, the number 2, S-E-A, Stream to See. Get on their website, check them out, tell them Grandpa sent you. She was coming around the mountain doing 90 when the chain on her motorcycle broke. She landed in the grass with a muffler. Uh-huh. Yeah, I don't know that one, Black Cran, but it sounds like something Arlo would sing about, you know, about string breaking on the motorcycle, and I think he did something about a pickle having to be in that song. I want to drive off Port Washington WI, there's a schooner that sank on the 1860s fully intact. I want to see 140 feet down. Port Washington, Wisconsin, Austin, is that what you're saying? Because I actually spent most of my youth growing up in Port Washington, New York, on the North Shore of Long Island. So I didn't know there was a Port Washington in Wisconsin. WI is Wisconsin, I believe. Gold. The other channel I follow, Carl, is Life is Like Sail. Yeah, Solincanator. Yeah, I know that guy over in British Columbia. He's also on a cow. Interesting channel. But, you know, that area of Canada and you know, out on the coast of British Columbia, it's kind of like we're at right this time of year. It just rains and rains and rains and rains and rains, which is kind of damn depressing. No. Yolando says, no, but it's very stupid turning a curve at high speed. Very stupid. Okay. Never seen electric engine work long term. No, they're limited to their battery capacity. So he's not solo now. No, I am not solo now. I have Ms. Donna going to be helping me along. That's great to hear. The reason I found your dream channel different from other sailing channels is the fact that your channel was geared towards scientific research and saving the ocean. Yeah, Native American Wanderer, we're still going to be doing quite a lot of content along those lines. Unfortunately, there's not a lot to talk about ahead of time. One thing I'm actually kind of a little miffed about, but timing is timing. I was actively involved last year in a research project, and they've now ended that plastics research project that was going on. So that's over with. So we won't be doing plastics, which in some ways is a bit of a relief because it was going to be a real big financial drain collecting samples for the plastic study and mailing them to them in Maine. So that is over, but hopefully they'll be starting another one. There's a group working on some of the rivers around Bozeman, Montana, doing some plastic studies, and they may expand again outside some other areas. So we might still be getting into that, but nonetheless, we'll still be doing a lot of scientific research, citizen science type projects. Port Washington, Wisconsin, right on Lake Michigan. Interesting. I'll have to check that out. Torpedoes are very powerful and efficient electric motors. Yes, they are, Tim, but typical of electric motor, they don't last very long, and you guys know as well as I do, electric and water just don't mix. Sailing Pacific is new, only 2 vids so far. Sailing Pacific, huh? We'll check them out. Just 2 videos. That's pretty new. Does Donna have sailing experience? Donna's right there. She can answer that. She loves the scuba and also snorkel too, so we'll be doing that a lot. My gear got old and sold. Didn't realize this opportunity came up. Yeah, we really, poor Donna. I feel for her because, you know, I've had years to think about and plan for this, and she's really trying to catch up right now. She's trying to get herself mentally prepared and caught up, and she's going through all the mental gymnastics about what kind of stuff to be getting rid of and what to keep, and you know, it's hard. It keeps you up at night and it scares the hell out of you, and you're trying to figure all this stuff out. So I feel for Donna and trying to get all that stuff figured out. But in answer to your question, yes, Donna has done some sailing before. They just found the USS Indianapolis at 18. Did you say 18,000 feet of water? 1,800 feet of water. I think you mean 1,800 feet of water, not 18,000 feet of water. The Great Lakes aren't that deep. Lost for 72 years when torpedoed by the Japanese sub. The USS Indianapolis was sank in an inland sea by a Japanese sub. So a Japanese sub was up inside the Great Lakes. Is that what you're saying? Or do I have that all backwards? Is that the rum getting to me already? Did you buy the boat sight unseen? Sadly, I am. Yes. Sadly, I am. Electric motors are catching on. Electric yacht has a great setup. Coffee time. I actually chartered a Lagoon 42 that had an electric conversion to it. And here's the ridiculous thing about it. Okay, so you have electric motors powering the sail drives, moving the boat. You still need to have a diesel generator to power the electric motors and to recharge the batteries. So all you're doing is taking energy and you're taking diesel fuel to generate to a battery that's powering an electric motor, that's running a sail drive to push the boat. Why not simplify all of that, eliminate the toxic waste from all those batteries that are being used up, and just use the diesel engine to propel the boat and save all those other steps. It makes no sense whatsoever to have electric motors on a boat because you still have to power the electric motors. It's not like you can plug them in. Now, if you were on shore and you could plug into some coal-fired, generating plant or something that's cost efficient, then fine. But you just can't do that. So Donna says she sailed with her friends one summer out of Tampa and went to many places. Naked girls are waiting. Okay, let's just knock that guy right on out of there. Okay, hey, moderators, could you please, I was going to deal with it, but I'm going to let you guys deal with it. See Aurora there that says naked girls are waiting, girlforyou.ga. Could you guys go ahead and put that person away? Make them go bye-bye so we don't have to deal with that kind of stuff. That's what moderators can be doing. That would be a big help. So, no, I lost a bunch of stuff. Oh, great vids. Band and Comfort, yes, not bad. Glad to see you live. Thank you, Brian. Appreciate it. Guys, how much of donations do YouTube take? Is there a better way to help? Whole shot right now. Actually, YouTube doesn't take that much. So, yeah, jump on there and do donations or get on to Patreon and become a patron. That would be awesome, too. Whichever way you want to do is fine. Georgia boy, troll up there. Yep. Donna can learn as she goes. She shouldn't stress too much. No, she'll be fine. Under 18,000 feet. Really? 18,000 feet. Wow. Shoved Adventures, Selling Veterinarians. Interesting, 6-7. Interesting channel. Yes, I've been watching them. They're a Brazilian family. Life Somewhere. Okay. Yeah, Donna's having fits. Try, guys. I'm trying to go back up and catch the chat. Yes, rum. It was weird. It's like I didn't put anything up, and then all of a sudden there's a whole bunch of stuff. Donna, I know Carl doesn't agree, but eBay is great for buying scuba gear. Apart from my BCD, all my stuff was bought from eBay, and I've dived with it for 7 years without a problem. Okay. My first troll. There you go, Marie. Get him. Good job, Marie. Not wise. I think, did you have a survey? Okay, guys, on buying the rough seas, I did not have a survey, but Bob just had one done 10 months ago, and so I did get a copy of that survey. So I'm well aware of what a competent, and it was a very good surveyor that surveyed the rough seas at that time. So I'm pretty comfortable with that. Removed words. Do I block also? You know what, Marie, let's just go ahead and put them in timeout for the time being and remove it. And then if the guy comes back and does it again, then go ahead and put them in blocking. So, thanks, Kelly. Gives chatting. She's busy too. Give me some great tips. Yep. Block. Okay, everyone votes for blocking. So Donna and Marie, if you want, go ahead and block the guy. You have an opportunity to make a difference, Grandpa. Another party channel is not needed. Best wishes. Well, thanks, Native American. And no, I'm not a party channel, even though I may drink a rum and beer or something like that from time to time. Definitely not a party channel. Coast Guard pulled family sailboat with electric engine out of bridge last month. There was an 8-knot current. Yeah, because electric motors, you never, well, but diesel motors, you don't know when they're going to quit either. So, I mean, you're always at risk. But PayPal is an excellent source to let people know you, Grandpa. I think, yeah, I probably should set up a PayPal account. I do not have one. Do you smoke pot? No, I don't. I have some pot here because one of my clients, I'm a real estate broker, one of my clients gave me a couple ounces as a tip for helping them with a real estate transaction. But I don't smoke pot as a general rule. I used to back in high school, but not now. So I don't know what I'm going to do with it either. I'm probably just going to toss it because I don't want to give it to anybody in particular. So, and I ain't crossing the border with it. So no naked here, so block them. Okay, I haven't seen my scuba gear for 20 years, but I still have it. If you haven't seen your scuba gear for 20 years, I can guarantee you your hoses and rubber are all shot. And Donna doesn't smoke pot either. Block. Everyone says block them. Grandpa doesn't do drugs. No, I don't do drugs. Fair question. No problem. Not a problem. And you know what? If you smoke pot, that's perfectly... Hey, I live in Alaska. Pot's legal here. Okay? It is legal here. In fact, guys, in fair disclosure, the majority of the money I made last year was drug money. I happened to have a lot of customers who were buying and selling real estate for the purposes of building marijuana grow facilities and marijuana retail establishments and stuff. So, I mean, I made probably, I'll bet you more than half. I'd say $60,000 that I made last year was drug money. You know, people that were buying or selling something having to do with the introduction of marijuana grow operations here in Alaska. So, but no, I don't do drugs. Guys, I don't like even eating GMO food. So what makes you think I would do drugs? Alcohol is my worst vice, and I keep that down to a pretty good minimum now. So I wonder if you could use a hit and miss engine for sailing. Yeah, no. Donald Street's boat has no engine. Hey, there are some people out there who don't have an engine. There are some people who are iconic in the sailing industry that have been around for generations now, who have been creating great content and writing for all the sailing magazines and what have you. Lynn and Larry Pardey come to mind. You know, they sailed for many years. Gary and Captain Fatty Goodlander sailed for many years in a boat that didn't have a motor. But, you know, like Gary, he'd be the first one to tell you, if you can have that motor, because there are some times you just need it. In fact, Gary just wrote an interesting article about that very subject, about sailing without an engine. And he was pretty advocate that he agrees that you need to have a diesel motor on your boat. So I would like to pack my pillow with pot and sleep on it. Okay. Be lumpy, but okay. Good man. Well, thank you, Fetty. I appreciate it. Let's move on. Okay. Haha. You guys are fun. You guys really are fun. All right, guys. Well, look, we're just hit the 2-hour mark here. We've gone past 2 hours. What else are we going to talk about? Let's try to pick out a more fun subject besides the consumption of marijuana, which, by the way, just so you guys know, I am a proponent of. Just because I don't smoke pot, I have seen pot do wonders for some people with some medical issues. So I'm a big advocate for people, and I think marijuana should be legal everywhere. But that said, let's go ahead and move on. I had no idea that growing pot is a thing in Alaska, learning something new every day. Actually, Catfish, you could actually grow marijuana outside in Alaska, but it's a very short growing season. So, sailor's last words, damn, no engine. That's about it. Good motor opens many more options. It certainly does. I don't think Columbus had a motor. No, Columbus didn't, but Columbus suffered because of it. Where is the boat now? The boat is in San Juan, Puerto Rico. Who's going to be cooking food on the boat? Home place, both of us. I am not a believer of pink and blue jobs on a sailboat. I think Donna needs to learn how to sail the boat as well as I do. In case I fall overboard, she's got to be able to turn around and come back and get me. And I need to be able to do all the pink jobs. I don't believe in pink and blue jobs on a sailboat. PayPal, there are 2 chances of sending money, pay for service. This will give a charge associated with it. And 2, send friend or family is free with no fee. You can do it too. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Right now, you know, guys, you can get on my Patreon page and become a patron. You know, just $1 to $4 a month. You can set a limit. So like $1 every time I post a video and limit that to like $4 a month or something. That would be awesome if you did that. Or you can jump into Super Chat here, click the $ at the bottom, and donate that way too. Whatever floats your boat works for me, guys. I really appreciate all of it. So Donna said both is cooking. Yes. Let's talk about the first island you will visit in the Caribbean and why. Well, obviously, Puerto Rico will be the first island we will visit. From there, we'll be going to Florida, and from that, after that, we'll go to Bimini. We'll check into the Bahamas, and then I'm not really sure. And we'll be stopping at Bimini so we can check in to the Bahamas. Just joining now, what's the status of the property? The status of the property is we are almost sold. We will have a final answer on Wednesday. Do you have a cat as your logo for live feeds? Why do I have a cat? Oh, okay. Yeah, Nelson, the cat that's shown on the video there is a Lagoon 42 that I chartered Once while I was researching, doing my YouTube channel, I chartered that boat in the British Virgin Islands for a month. It's a Lagoon 42. That's actually the boat that had the electric motors in it. And I use that because it's a nice picture of a boat, and I don't have a good picture of the rough seas to replace it with. Once I have a good picture of the rough seas, which is the boat I'm buying, I will use that. Donna, no damn hamburger helper. Hell no, no damn hamburger helper. What kind of boat is Sailing Doodles buying to replace the rough seas? Austin, I have no idea. Bob has no idea at this point. He has no idea what he's buying. Once he leaves Puerto Rico, the first stop is the Spanish Virgins. That's actually the opposite direction that we'll be going. So no, probably not. Hamburger helper is not good, Yolanda. Hear me closely. Hamburger helper is, say it with me, hamburger helper is not good. There's all kinds of bad stuff in there. The boat doesn't have a freezer. Not yet. We might add an angle freezer or something like that to it. It does not have a freezer at the moment. Any ideas on how to cook shark? Yes, I can cook shark. Shark is wonderful eating, Jim. Makes, like Mako shark, depending on the type of shark it is. Mako shark, slice that into about inch-thick steaks. Do them on the grill. They're absolutely awesome. I will never eat a shark fin, but shark steaks can be good. But again, only something like Mako where there's plenty of them. I'm not going to try to go after any species of shark that has its numbers depleted. So, are you going to make fresh bread? We are going to make fresh bread on the boat. It just depends on how hot it is that day. No, I will not be bringing a bread maker. Guys, come on. Making bread is like stupid simple, okay? You really need a bread maker to make bread? No, I will not be having a bread maker on the boat. No freezer. Nope, no freezer. Who is going with you? The lady going with me is Donna Rice. She's a moderator shown here on the chat. She is a retired nurse that lives in Dallas, Texas, and she'll be going with me. 420 had the electric. Yes, the Lagoon 42 had electric motors. Dumb as a brick. No tuna helper. No freezer is going to be tough with how Papa wants to eat. No, it won't. No, I don't like eating frozen food. Guys, I'm going to be sailing over the single largest gathering of protein in the world. I'm going to have the entire ocean underneath my boat. I can jump in the water and get dinner and have something absolutely beautiful and fresh, non-GMO, organic, out the yin-yang fish any day of the week. So why would I want something frozen? No. Okay, truth be told, the only reason I would have a freezer on the boat is to stock it full of some good quality bacon. So, hand to God. Grow wheatgrass. Hell no, I'm not growing wheatgrass. I tried drinking wheatgrass once when I lived in Montana. I'll never do that again. I mow lawns. I don't drink them. Have you got a Dometic freezer? No, no Dometic freezer. Are you going to have internet on your boat? Depends on where we are, Austin. Offshore, no. Somewhere along the shore, yeah. So true about bread maker, yeah. Donna will need to wear a gas mask. Don't eat garlic. Oh, I love garlic. I will eat lots of garlic. Garlic's good for you. Small boat need room for dive compressor. Yes, and there's plenty of room on this boat to stick a dive compressor. It won't be a problem. I have advanced open water scuba diving certification, but beyond that, I was trained by U.S. Navy SEAL when I went to high school in Bahrain in the Persian Gulf. So I didn't follow normal PADI type, monikers. So I don't have an official certification, except that I am a PADI, advanced open water diver. But frankly, my diving certification level would be, I don't know. I've got thousands of hours in the water, guys. Although that was many years ago, and last time I was diving was down in the BVI just a couple years ago, and in Florida a couple years ago. But yeah, it's all good. So let me see. I lost some chats. Small boat need room for dive compressor. What is your, okay. Was Donna or monkey business? I don't know what that means. Was Donna or monkey business? But the bread machines are cool. Set up and forget it. You know, Scott, there's no room on the boat for a useless piece of equipment like that. I don't need a bread machine. Bread's super simple to make. You take flour, yeast, water, you make bread. I mean, put it in a bowl, let it rise, throw it in the oven. It's good. If you milk some wild island cows, you can make butter. Hey, you know what, Scramdean? I'm the kind of person that would do that. I have no problem grabbing some cow, tying it to a tree, and milking it. Do you eat seaweed or sea urchin? I have had nori roll, and I have eaten sea urchin before. Not a big fan of sea urchin. I like nori roll. I do like to make sushi. Have Megan give you and Donna her bread recipe. I can testify it is awesome. All right, Kelly, we might do that. Although I make pretty good bread myself. In fact, I was thinking about starting a sourdough starter up here in Alaska, because if I start it up here, it'll pick up Alaska's natural wild yeasties, wild free-range yeasties, and then when we're down in the Caribbean, we would have official Alaskan sourdough bread, which would be kind of cool. But no pork for you on your diet. Oh, sacrilege, Scram and Dean. I will have pork on my diet. Pork is not the enemy, guy. You know, diets are easy, guys. It's real simple. Eat less, work, move more. Real simple. Okay, I jumped too far. I want to catch more than one fish and freeze some. Well, Donna, we can do that, but it won't be necessary. Sprouts are good, easy grain. Yes, and I do have a sprouting jar. I will probably do some sprouts. Are you going to have plants on the boat? Some. Mostly just herb. I'm going to have a small herb garden, Yolanda. I don't think I'm going to be like raising tomatoes or anything. James, you take it easy, buddy. We'll see you later. That's what I was saying, Don. Okay, I love ginger. Oh, yeah, ginger is awesome. I love ginger. Can you tell us a story about the worst weather you've been through? Not right now. I don't think we really have time to do that, but I can tell you up here in Alaska, we get storms up here in Alaska that in the lower 48 you guys consider storms and hurricanes, and up here it's just another storm. Alaska is a big state, so we get some pretty amazing weather up here. Not that I've sailed in it. I'm not an advocate of sailing in bad weather. Weather's going to be bad. You stay in port. Freezer is practical. Okay. Oh, trying to catch up here. Try turmeric. Yeah, turmeric is a good for the poops. Oh, man, sorry. I live in Florida. Don't pass up lionfish. Oh, man, absolutely, Newton. Nelson, I will be shooting all the lionfish I see. I can guarantee you that. Tortillas are very easy. Yes, they are, Dono. Will you be eating lionfish? Absolutely. Donna Rice is also the name of a gal that had an affair with presidential candidate Gary Hart. The boat they were seen together on was called Monkey Business. Well, there's a little interesting tidbit. Do not let Donna sit on your lap. Wow, you guys are tough. Wish always hands, breath of water under the keel. Good night, Gramps. Hey, thank you, Catfish. I appreciate it. Donna Rice says, yes, I've heard. Oh, yeah, Donna, I hadn't thought about that. Yeah, I guess that's the Gary Hart story. Okay. I want mint and basil. I agree. If you rename your boat, I will donate the graphics for you. Have a small sign shop, Shram Signs at ohio.rr.com. Well, Shram Dean, thank you. I appreciate that. We will keep in touch and we'll further discuss that. Roughly how much are you giving for the rough seas? Austin, I will disclose that after I bought the boat. Ever use a storm drogue? Yes, Wayne and Tracy, I have used a storm drogue in the past. On catamarans, they're almost like required gear. Not so much on monohulls, but on catamarans, they're kind of like important stuff to have. Isn't it bad luck to change a boat's name? Why, Gold? There's a certain procedure you have to go through to do that, but yes and no. Will you have underwater lights? I have underwater lights for my scuba gear and stuff. I don't have any that are mounted into the boat as of yet. I probably won't mount underwater lights into the rough seas, but maybe into the next boat I buy after that one. I like the name Rough Seas, but that's Carl's decision. Yeah, I like the name Rough Seas. The boat is going to have me, Donna, and a dog on, so we're still going to have, good application of the Rough Seas nomenclature. So we'll probably just keep Rough Seas as part of it. So Bob is going to be changing the name of whatever boat he buys, I understand, anyway. So and not using the Rough Seas name. At least that's what he told me. What is a storm drogue? Well, Austin, there's a couple different designs, but it's basically a cloth or a series of cloths that you put on a line and troll in the water behind you, kind of like a bunch of little mini parachutes, if you will. And what they do is they fill full of water and they slow down the process of the boat. Now, so if you can imagine, if you're in a sailboat, okay, let me change this over so I can see my camera. If you're in a sailboat and you're going down waves, when you go down waves, the sailboat has a tendency to surf down the wave and go too fast. So when you get to the bottom of a wave, I don't know if I can do this, get to the bottom of the wave, it will pitch pole. It'll hit this part of the wave and pitch over. At least the catamarans do. Mono is not so much. Monohulls will bury their hull and go under the water and come back up. So what a drogue does is you attach it to the back of your boat to slow down the boat so it can't go so fast through the water. It stops its ability to be able to surf down a wave, so you don't have that problem with it burying its nose into the foot of the next wave. It'll slow it down and allow that wave to break underneath of you instead of pitch poling. So I guess that's about the best description of what a storm drogue does. Oh, gotta go, Grandpa. Catch you next time. Hey, Lance Claire, thank you, buddy. Appreciate it. Hey, please do like and subscribe. Come back and join the channel. We would greatly appreciate it. I think Ocean Lily would be a good name for your boat. Ocean Lily, that may be an idea. Or Water Lily. Water Lily's not a bad idea. I kind of like that. Rename it E-I-E-I. Old MacDonald had his farm. E-I-E-I-O. Does Bob from Sailing Doodles remind you of Ted Bundy? Well, I don't personally know Ted Bundy, so I can't say one way or the other. But no, I don't think so. That's very interesting. Thanks for explaining that to me. Austin, no problem. Interesting. Good night, Grandpa. Hey, Native American Wanderer. Good night. You take care. We're going to get here and end this here pretty soon. We're kind of going long. I'm getting a little hoarse, so. Like a sea anchor. Yes, Jim, exactly. It is a sea drogue or a sea anchor. It's almost exactly the same kind of thing. There's a number of different designs. Some of them are just like one big, huge parachute. And some of them are a whole bunch of little cups basically in a row on one long line. There's a number of different designs for using a sea anchor or a sea parachute. Yeah, Water Lily is great. I like that. Oh, subscribe. Don't worry. I'll see you next time. Thanks, Lance. Appreciate it. Maybe Carl's Folly. Hey, PC guy, you know, coming from Alaska, there was a fella years ago who they said that Alaska was his folly. And in the meantime, Alaska has really bailed out the lower 48 with all of the minerals and oil that have come out of our state. That's helped the finances for the lower 48. So folly is not necessarily such a bad way of thinking about stuff. Lily pad. There's an idea, Fetty. Lily pad. You guys are coming up with some great names. Water lily and lily pad, huh? Do you have lights on for your underwater camera? I do have lights for my underwater cameras. Cameras, plural. Have a great evening, Bumpy. Hey, Tim, you take care. Maybe the northern lily. Maybe. Hit like before it ends. Yeah, let's go ahead and head towards ending this, guys, if you would. Please do like and subscribe to the channel. Give us a thumbs up if you would. I would certainly appreciate that. I am getting a little hoarse right now, and so probably going to have to end this here pretty quick. But please do hit the like button and subscribe. Join onto the Patreon page if you would. Think about becoming a patron. We would really appreciate that. And we'll see all you guys later. You guys take care. Try to be great to one another, and we'll try to catch you guys next week. You guys take care now. God bless. We'll see you then. Thank you, everybody. I really appreciate it.